Hey YouTube, Unkert here. In this video, we're going to look at the random module in Python. So to use the random module in Python, I have to first import the random module. Okay, now I can just do it like this, import random, and then I can begin to use it. So the first thing I want to look at is the options that are in the random module. So if I print and then I do dir and then pass in random, and then I go ahead and run this program, you'll see down here that we have a lot of different options for random. For instance, randint, random, range, sample seed, set state, etc., Gauss, so on and so forth. Okay, so there's a lot of things I can use within this module. So for instance, if I want to pass a list into this one of these random functions, I can have a random choice. So I could say my list equals, and then I can do password, and then something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an awesome list. And then I'm going to print random. And right now I'm using VS Code, demonstrating one of the development environments you can use. With the Python extension installed, if I do the dot here, I can get a bunch of the choices. And I want to actually pick choice, okay? And then within choice, what I want to do is pass in this list. So I'm going to pass in my list. And now what I'm going to do is run the program. Okay, and if we look down here, let's go down here and clear this stuff out. So let's do clear. If I run this program, let's run this program again, just so you can see that. Okay, so this time I got 2. Okay, if I run it again, I get 4. If I run it again, I get 2. Okay, if I run it again, I get 2. I get 3, so on and so forth. So it's picking random values from that list. Okay, so that's random.choice. We also have random.randint. Okay, so let's take a look at that one. So if I do random.randint, I can pass in, if you look here, I can pass in a lower value and also a higher value. So this stuff tells you all about it, but what I can do is I can pass in these two values, and these two values are included in the random integers that will come out. So let's do 2 and, I don't know, 100. So somewhere in between 2 and 100, we're going to get a value. So if I run this now, I get 93. Okay, if I run it again, I get 23. So I'm getting some random values from randint. Okay. We can also do shuffle. So I'm going to create my list again. So I'm going to say my list equals, and then we'll do password, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's the best password for a luggage suitcase or anything like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to print. And actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do random.shuffle, and then I'm going to shuffle my list. And now I'm going to print my list. Okay. So now if I print my list and run this, and let's get the hovering away there. You'll see we have this list. It's 1, 4, 5, 3, 2, and then password. So it's been shuffled around. Okay. If I were to do random.shuffle again on my list and then print it another time, so I'll print my list again and run this, let's see what I got. So now I've got, the first one I got 3, password 4, 2, 5, 1. Second one I've got 5, password 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's shuffling around the list. Pretty sweet. And if I wanted to just use shuffle without doing random.shuffle, what I could do is, or any of these methods that are included with the random module, I could say, and this kind of goes along with the last video I made, how we import packages and modules. I could say from random import shuffle, okay? And then what I can do is now I could do shuffle, if I spell that right, shuffle, and then shuffle my list, and then I could go ahead and print my list, okay? And if I did that this time and ran it, you see I get 3, then password, then 4215, okay? So it's shuffled the list there. Okay. And I can also do rand range, okay? So let me make a comment here. And I'll say random.rand range. This takes a start, a stop that's not included, and then a step, okay? So if I want to print a random even number, instead of shuffle, let's do rand range. And notice I'm getting the list here from VS Code. And let's get rid of that. And what we'll do is we'll do a print, and we'll do shuffle, not shuffle, sorry. We'll do rand range, and we'll start at 0. Let's go up to 101, so it includes 100. And let's do a step of 2. That should give me an even number, okay? And now let's run this. And you see we get 92. Let's try and run it again. And we get 96. Let's see if we can get a lower number. Run it again, we get 62. Okay, so we're getting even numbers. Okay, so that's rand range. Okay, and we can also do a Gaussian distribution. So with the Gaussian distribution, we have this Gauss method in random, and it takes in a mean, which is the average, and then the standard deviation, okay? So let's actually import that one. So we'll say from random import, we'll do Gauss, okay? And it's giving us, it's auto-completing for us. And what we can do is we can do print Gauss, and whoops, I did too many there, do Gauss. And we'll do a mean, let's do a mean of 2.2 and a standard deviation of 0.5. And it's going to, based on probabilities, print within that range, okay? So now let's run this. And we get 1.8479, etc. Let's run it again. We get 2.46. So we're more likely to get closer to 2.2 on this distribution based on the probability, 2.83. Okay, so that's the random module. And again, if you want to figure out some of the things that are in the random module, you can do dir and then random, and we'll need to go up here. It's giving me a little squiggly. It's saying, hey, you've got to import the whole random thing here. Okay, so now the squiggly goes away. All right, and now if I run this again, you'll see that I've got all these different things that I can do with the random module, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, could you give it a like and subscribe to the channel? Thanks for watching.